seen. You're all I need. You're all I need. Yeah. So now I'm learning to walk in your steps, and through the valley of confusion I've been losing my apprehension with death. But you say let me lead you, let me take you by the hand, so I can feed you from a good and precious land. Now I owe it all to you, giving my heart to you, freedom becoming true. Nobody else like you, do what you promised to, and I'm so grateful for your love. And all my eyes have seen the wonders of your mystery received. I've tasted what it means. Now nothing else is good enough for me. You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. Oh, I need you. Yeah, I need you. Oh, I need you now. Now I owe it all to you, giving my heart to you, freedom becoming true. Nobody else like you, do what you promised to, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your love. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I need you in my life. I need you now. what you promised to. And I'm so grateful for your love and all my.
What's up, everybody? What's up? How is everybody doing? We are live. We're back with another episode. This is the podcast that we do live every week when we're around. And we're here this evening in the Lion's Den. So appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share this video with your friends. Let them know that we are live so the algorithm can get its thing going. But yeah, we're here. We're going to get into some stuff. You're watching Young Lion TV.
Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding. Young lion.
That's right, Young Lion TV. Live and direct, like we do it on a Tuesday evening. We're very appreciative to be back, and we thank you guys for joining us and tuning in. We were busy last week, a lot of stuff going on, had rehearsals, had to get ready for a show. But if you're new here, this is the live podcast that we do where we talk about things that are going on in the world, whether it's culture, politics, life, relationships, God, faith in Jesus Christ, all the things that we've learned and grown as men in our journey in life, starting out in the music business when we were just teenagers, and all of the life lessons that we've learned along the way on how to be better men, better husbands, sons, fathers, brothers, all that stuff. So if that's something that you can get behind and you want to support those type of conversations, seeing men hash those things out, we have a Patreon. Link is in the description. You can head on over there, join us, and support what we do. Help us continue to grow this thing. And also, there's a link to our merch if you want to grab some merch at the merch store and get tickets to our shows, all that stuff like that, because we do still do music. And yeah, other than that, we appreciate everybody for being here. Like I said, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, because the conversations do not get pushed by the algorithm. So we need your support to help us continue to grow. So without further ado, I got with me this evening, holding it down. He's my brother. He's everybody's big brother. Mr. Jacob Eugene Evans is here in the building.
What's up?
Cameras. It's gonna drive me crazy. There you go. Better.
Yours is already driving me crazy.
Yeah, why?
You'll see.
Okay. Oh, it's too zoomed out. It's so zoomed out. What?
A little more zoomed out than usual.
Yeah.
I'll fix it for you real quick.
Go ahead. Just zoom it. Just zoom it. Just have to pick up the whole camera. Yeah, that's good.
See, we're live, guys.
This is what happens when you're live. Yeah.
Bad. I forget we got two different lenses. That's a zoom lens on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then we got holding down the production this evening because my mom is not feeling well today. She's been dealing with some health stuff in the hospital this week. So, prayers up for her from everyone
pray for her.
Who is here, who knows her and loves her. Miss Angelique Lopez, we love you. But she is dealing with, she's probably watching. She said she was going to try to watch even though she was in some pain. But holding down the production anyway is our Asian brother, the coolest Asian in the podcast land, Mr. Simone Chang.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
So there was something that was kind of funny.
What?
Jamie said live and direct. Do you guys ever get that, like when somebody says something that triggers you, that like a song or something?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
So it was a song that we heard a lot growing up. Boys the Men. Boys the Men.
Motown Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Live and direct, like that.
Billy Town, rapping, hyping,
Can't
can't
get down.
Yeah. So when I said
So
live
when you
and
said that,
direct,
it just like you saw me like laugh a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Because it just brought back.
I was
that.
wondering why you laughed
I
at
don't.
that.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Shout out to Papa Jeff in the chat. He said, "Good evening, gents."
What's up, Pop?
What's up, pops? Yeah, and some prayers up to your brother as well. We were just talking about that before we went live.
Yes.
Uncle Denny, who is a faithful watcher of the stream, but we know he's dealing with some issues as well, some health stuff right now. So prayers up for him as well, man. We hope for your recovery and your healing in Jesus' name.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, man, we had a show this weekend in Atlantic City. First time doing a show in Atlantic City with Freddie.
Which is crazy because
Yeah, all the years we've been singing with
Yeah.
him, we have not done a show in Atlantic City. But it only made sense.
yeah,
But it was a good show.
really good show. Good crowd. Thank you for everybody that came out and supported.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddie did his thing.
The energy was there. I was very proud of him.
Yeah,
For him, like dealing with everything he's been dealing with. We talked about this at the last little run that we did with him. But you really even felt him stronger this time.
yeah,
It seemed like he's really on his way back. So
yeah.
shout out to him. Shout out to all the people that came out. We saw a family that we haven't seen in years.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it wasn't because you invited her.
No, they were going.
It's
They
by
just went to a
chance.
Freddie Jackson show, and just was like, "Wait a minute, that's my cousin's up there." Didn't even know we were part of his band.
Did she? I didn't get the whole story. Did she recognize you guys or?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
okay,
she recognized us. She even when she came up on stage, guess what she called him?
Jaquito. I heard
You heard
that.
her? Yeah.
No, nobody. I haven't heard that in a while.
But that's what I remember. We had that conversation on here when I said when he was little, everyone called him that. He was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember that. And then that was the first thing she said was Jaquito.
And he brought that up.
Yeah, and I said,
Yeah.
see, I told you everybody called you.
I
that.
I knew that from your dad because your dad had
Well,
told.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing stories about that.
I mean, yeah, people call me like family, but I'm saying in the neighborhood when we were growing up, everybody didn't call me that. When we were our friends,
I think it was like once you hit a certain age. But when we first moved there, when we were little,
probably like first, like
everyone called you that.
because even Miss Carol,
Yeah.
Chiquita,
Yeah, Chiquita. It was like the scene where what's his name? John Stamos is trying to pronounce the King Joffrey's wife's name in Coming to America. You know that scene where he's like,
yeah,
Elion. Hey, Elion.
Yeah.
Elion. Like, that's how Miss Carol would be with
Yeah.
Chiquita. Chiquita.
so far, so
I remember
far.
she called you Chico.
Definitely don't look like a Chico.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Chico,
Dad used to get so mad at her.
dude. The that's something with the '80s. I don't know, like just the characters that you grow up around. Like the different. And we've talked about this so much that Simone, you've heard it.
You
It's
feel like you know all these characters.
Yeah, I really do.
But yeah, when I tell you, like, we grew up around some characters.
Yeah.
And it was diverse characters.
Yeah. All different races, from different backgrounds, different religion, all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, y'all stories though. It's an '80s movie but to the T.
Yeah.
I can't say my life was like that, but
No, your life is like one of those like Zapruder films or whatever. You know what I mean? Like yours would be like this long, drawn out. Like they have to get some amazing actors to play. Ours is like a
Sitcom.
a
funny
sitcom, or
sitcom,
like
yeah.
Everybody Hates Chris type of show.
Right,
like
yeah.
it would be one of those shows where it's like a comedy.
Yeah, yours is a drama.
A drama for sure.
Yeah.
Like a 3.5 hour movie drama.
Yeah,
Where
with
you
some-
learn about the culture of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge and all of that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely need a
I
nice
guess a different
score,
80s.
nice heavy on the
Yeah.
cellos and
Lots of-
violins.
No, but also those Asian instruments.
I don't know if you need that. but-
You would what you mean? And the drums, the taiko drums. Toom, 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 toom. Man, that would be all
That
through
would
that
be
score.
pretty awesome.
A lot of elephants, right? Don't they
Yeah, there's
of
elements
elephants.
in that region.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got a story of your mom eating the elephant.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
and that would be the title. I think I remember I said this before. Something about elephants. You have to make that the title of the movie, like just for the intrigue. You know what I mean? Because that's like that's gonna be one of the most traumatic parts of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dead Elephant.
Dead.
That's what I said. That should be the name of the movie, Dead Elephant. Because you would be like, what?
Yeah.
But that's her story. You
Yeah.
didn't even get to Simone's story.
I
You
know.
what I mean?
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't know if I have a story compared to hers.
You still do. You still do.
It's not the normal American.
Definitely not, man.
It's crazy. Like, think about all that though too. Like, how many stories you see like that, like dramas. People going through a whole bunch of stuff, and they never really deal with. Well, I think sometimes they do, but like they a lot of times they don't deal with the aftermath. Do you remember that movie with a woman who? Well, she was a girl, and she was like in a guy's shed.
Room.
That's what
Yeah.
it was. Room. Okay.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Yeah, and then
that was
she-
like when I first saw her. The whole movie takes place in one room.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's her, and
And
she
the
has
little
a
boy.
yeah. A
She
son.
had a boy from the guy. and-
Yeah.
But the trauma afterwards, like they showed that, like the whole trauma and her dealing with that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they don't show that on movies.
Right.
It's like, oh, you got out.
Yep.
But that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
But some-
You're free now.
Yeah, people don't realize, like, no, there's this whole thing you got to deal with after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, like, even I was just thinking about, like, with your story, like, you got to America, got out of the refugee camp, got to America, but then that just starts a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drama wasn't. I mean, it's still not over. To be honest,
Yeah.
in that whole story, there's still a lot of trauma there.
Yep.
But it is something to be said about how, like, you guys came here, made a way for yourselves, and like learning how to be American,
Yeah.
as opposed to
Assimilating.
Yeah, the assimilation factor, of, like what it means to be American.
Yeah.
As
Dude, I thought it was so cool. And I'm not even a fan of the song that much, but when you got your citizenship and they played Proud to Be an American,
yeah,
like,
At least I know I'm free.
and it made me actually like appreciate that song a little
Yeah.
bit, just because, seeing the people who were becoming citizens and them caring, or
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a better way than just care, but like it's more of like kind of like an honor or
Yeah.
reverence
Yeah.
connected to
Yeah.
it.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Gratefulness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you're not the way they're going about it now,
It's entitled.
where it's changing obviously,
Yeah.
but you have people who they're calling them asylum seekers, but they're really just illegals. They're just giving them anything.
Yeah, they're coming here looking for entitlements, looking for
Yeah, and people don't care. They don't care at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking,
don't care about the
speaking of
country.
another immigrant, Brendan just said, "What's up, guys?" He said, "How's it going? What's up, man?"
It's we've talked about it before, right? And I kind of look at it the same way. It's like a child. You know, when they're just given stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't earn anything. You don't really appreciate it. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
and it even connects to like why do people on the left a lot of times they don't care about it? Like no, they should just let them in because it just speaks to that same privilege.
Yeah.
Like you're born in it. You don't appreciate what you have because you got spoiled parents. It's like, you know, even in terms of welfare.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, like granted, there's people who need it, but how many people are taking advantage of the system? Obviously, we know a lot of people who are.
Yeah.
Right. So because it's like, it's not about like, you know, I'm thankful that this is here for me and now let me use it to be able to get further ahead in my life. No, it's how can I get more? You know, how can I milk it? There's no appreciation. There's no reverence. There's no honor. There's just about how can I take advantage, you know? And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It becomes the same thing,
Yeah.
whether you're a citizen or you're not.
Or it's like the thing we talked about before, like the difference between someone who is in government subsidized housing or someone who has like built a home with their bare hands, or like their dream was to buy a home and they finally get that home and it's time to like appreciate that and take care of it and honor it.
Yeah.
There's a difference, you know, because
Yeah.
the mentality with the government housing is like, this ain't mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you hear that so much with the Section 8.
Yeah.
You know, people, they go into the Section 8s and they destroy them.
Yep.
And it does damage to the neighborhoods. Like there's a couple Section 8s that were sold, but there were near my why I keep wanting to say my sister-in-law's house. And it just, you could tell like every house was nice and then you got the Section 8 house because they're only going to do so much,
Right.
And then people come in and they don't care, they destroy it. So there's a pride in a good way. There's a reverence. There's an honor. You want to honor the neighborhood. You want to honor your house. When I bought my house, like you guys know how much work I had to put into that, like to get it. You know, all right. I still need work.
Yeah.
But Mo, when you got your house, you know, same
Yeah.
thing. You know, it takes a lot. You know, Jamie had the house we're in right now.
Yeah.
What you did when fixing it up.
Yeah, this room right here, man.
Yeah. But when you got to do that, you want to take care of it. You teach your kids to take care of it, you know? And it's when you're just giving stuff.
Yeah. Or when your motivation is to, I only want it because it's a means to an ends for me. It's like, what can I get out of this? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these people are coming to this country with that mindset where it's like, I'm just going there because I want what they have, you know, and I'm going to get what I can out of it. And if I have to go back, I have to go back, or I'm sending stuff back, or I'm going to find my little community that will let me insulate myself and I don't have to assimilate to nothing, you know, and that's what it's become. And that's where it becomes a problem.
To me, it's, you know, it's your shirt. Everybody look at Jamie's shirt. It's
That's right.
when you're grateful, when you're sitting in gratefulness, you appreciate, you know, there's love there, you know, you honor it and you respect it, you know.
Yeah.
And I appreciate this nation, man. I appreciate, because I see, you know, I might have been young. I didn't really get to experience, like, you know, I saw the hardship of everything, like, young in my life. Like, I remember things as like a dream, but I know, you know, how much of a chance this is at life for not only me, but for my son.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm proud to be American, where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned that in that song, because we all went to your naturalization just to like support. But I remember like feeling that when they played that song, because I always thought that song was corny.
Yeah.
But it was like the first time that I really appreciated that song, and it was like looking around the room and seeing how happy everyone was to be going about this process the right way and wanting to be a part of this country, and the oath that they have to give when they do it.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, you have to take that civics test. You got to learn stuff. You have to, and it forces you to understand what you're actually signing up to be. When you could just come in and just do whatever and not have to go through that whole process, like, what is there to honor? It's nothing. You know, Brandon said, I appreciate this nation. Also, they let me in too. Yeah. Listen, my wife, her whole family, same thing. You know, I'm married to an immigrant. I wouldn't have the life that I have if it wasn't for our immigration system. But that's why it bothers me when I see, because I know what they went through. Yeah. And I know all the hurdles that they had to go over and how much her father cared about this country and wanted to be an upstanding citizen of this nation and represent, you know, his people, but still as an American now, you know. Yeah. And that's the difference. And, you know, I want to get into this. I don't know if you guys have heard about that protest in Dearborn, Michigan today. There was this big, like, clash because Christians were out there protesting Islam.
I did see a clip of the mayor saying some crazy stuff.
I have that clip.
Okay.
Well, he's Muslim, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan said 2-year process for my wife and me. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while, and that's the thing. It's like you got people that just
jump in line,
sneak in, and are like carded in by, you know, certain people in this government that want to see chaos for some reason, and they're giving them, you know, debit cards with money on them and EBT and giving them housing, giving them cell phones. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is just what can we do right now to win?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is, you know, connected to healthcare. Yeah. Where it's like how do we make it affordable right now? How do we push off this stuff right now? Yeah. That's what's the subsidies. Like, this is what's been going on.
That's what they've been doing. Yeah. That's what the Social Security programs, all of these things have been allowing them to come up with these ways to act like they're solving problems. Yeah. But kicking the problem down and making them worse for the future generations. Yeah. Now we're going to inherit all these problems that they've been creating since the 80s, really, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, since the 70s, if you look at the welfare system and all of that, that's kind of destroyed housing, destroyed these neighborhoods. Yeah, EBT, all of these things, these programs. This is something that's interesting. So I saw we always get like once a year when it starts getting cold, we get a mouse that comes into our house from the outside. Mm-hmm. And I had to figure out how it was getting in, like how these, it's because it's looking for warmth, right? Secure them borders. Mm-hmm. Right. And then this last mouse that got in, dude, smart as heck. Like, I'm talking about, I've tried to put out every trap possible, like stuff that's worked in the past, like that, like nothing, and I could not get this mouse, like. Smart, and then it comes out like you see it, like it's too quick to catch, you know what I mean? But you see it, so you're like, oh, you little punk. Like, it's like Tom and Jerry. Yeah. And the thing is, like, it's nasty because it leaves poop or like little poops around, you know. Mm-hmm. So we're constantly cleaning after this mouse, and I'm like, and then me and Leslie saw this video of these people who lived in this house that was rat infested. Mm-hmm. And it was so bad. Like, these rats were just everywhere. Like, they just don't care. Yeah. And these people just got comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. And I was
like an Indian temple. You ever seen those? Seen those videos?
No,
that's the difference. No? They worship them. No. They want them. They want them all over.
Pull it up so Jake can see it, dude.
I'll pull it up.
It's probably, dude, the way these people were living with these rats, they were everywhere. But so it's probably like that.
Yeah, I've seen that with the hoarders that had the house full of rats. Yeah.
This is on another level because, you know, they actually they kind of worship them as like
No, they do worship them.
Yeah.
They see them as
They-
gods.
they-
like,
not only gods. I think they believe that they're like their family reincarnated as these rats.
hold on. Let me pull it up. Pull this audio up real quick. Oh, no. Okay.
In India, there is a temple with 25,000 rats, and people worship them. The locals believe that the rats are the reincarnation of a goddess for followers as well as their own family members.
I am very happy.
Inside the temple, you'll see people feeding rats by hand and drinking milk out of the same bowl, despite being the dirtiest creatures on earth.
I'm in the back alley of the rat temple here. You can see the rats are just feasting on all this food, drinking water, and in all the cracks of the walls, like literally everywhere. It's just pretty bizarre.
What do you think of India's rat temple? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Did you guys see the dude they got all this backlash because he went to India during the poop throwing festival? Did you guys see that?
No. Poop. There's a poop throwing festival.
Oh boy!
Bro, yo.
Oh boy!
What?
India's
Human?
Yo.
No, it's cow poop because they worship cows.
Worship cows. Yeah.
But still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he's getting a bunch of death threats and backlash. Like they tried to get him because he put up a teaser that like, oh, I went to India and filmed my experience during this festival, and like people were pissed off. It's like, yo, this is just your culture. I'm trying to show your culture. Like I'm not making fun of it, but
He's probably making fun of it too, though.
he doesn't really. He just kind of shows it. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, look at this. You guys, I gotta find one of his videos so you can see. I forget the dude's name. Oh, here he goes. Yeah, right here. Look at this. This is all poop, yo.
That's disgusting.
I'm gonna die today. They're gonna kill me. I will tell you. They're gonna kill me. Spare me. Spare me. No good. They'll kill
Look
me.
at this.
Spare me.
They just pick up piles of poop and dump it on each other's heads.
So much shit. So much shit. We keep pushing. We keep pushing. I walk untouched. I am the one who shits. Oh my goodness. Keep moving. I'm sinking.
So apparently they were so mad at him for showing this.
I mean, that's part of y'all culture. What are y'all mad at?
And then, of course, like all the liberal leftists are like, "Oh, he's a racist, just trying to make
I
people."
mean, dude, it's disgusting.
It-
Like,
it is.
it's disgusting. Let's call it what it is. And but again, this is part of what I'm trying to say.
This
You
is what
get
we're talking
used
about.
to it.
But not only that, it's like, so you want these people to come here and continue
and bring that here
to,
and think that
that's perfectly fine.
that should be culturally accepted.
yeah,
Here. No.
yeah,
And that's my point with the rats. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking like, yo, if I let this out, like, how could you get comfortable with this? No, I got to figure out how to get it out.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing that worked was I had to just leave the poison pellets around, and I would just leave like a few
Okay.
to see, okay, are they actually eating it? It is he or she,
Yeah.
the mouse. And you could tell that
It's not binary mouse.
you could tell that it ate it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So, and then little by little, the only thing I don't like doing that because
'Cause you
now
don't know where it
I gotta
dies.
find it.
Yeah,
Right.
And
Yeah.
then it's gonna smell.
And
Right.
it could die in the wall somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the places that it will probably hide. So,
Yeah.
but still, I like to trap it.
Yeah.
I like to, I like using the traps. That's my. But dude, I
Peanut
could
butter?
not.
Do you use peanut butter?
I use peanut butter. I use Tootsie Rolls.
Peanut butter used to work at the office.
Peanut butter works for me. Like when I get mice.
Yeah,
I
I did both.
peanut butter on the trap,
and did
man.
not work.
Yeah.
So nothing worked. I did the sticky traps. I did the
Would
regular
it
traps.
avoid the peanut butter, or would it avoid the traps, or it just would eat? It would get away.
There was one time that it actually it got caught on one of the sticky ones and got free. It freed itself.
Wow.
How do you know
somehow.
it got caught?
Because I seen it go under my stove.
Okay.
Under the oven.
Yeah.
So I put it around there,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the morning it's underneath my table. So
Yeah,
obviously,
it drug itself,
how did it get?
yeah.
And then you see the little, you could see it was messed with inside of the
Yeah,
sticky part. But
right.
I'm like, I never saw that before.
Yeah.
How did a mouse get free from this? So it was just like the craziest stuff. Like this mouse is
Ninja
like,
mouse.
I was just like crazy. Anyway, but my point is that you got to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
You can't just let it chill. You can't let it get comfortable. You can't let more mice come in.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Is there a correlation?
What do you mean? So
Are
he's
you
talking about
equating-
immigration. He's talking about when
You
you
have to
have people that want to come in uninvited.
Yeah.
When people that want to come in to take, people that want to come in to infest.
Yeah. But
You
I'm
know?
also talking about how we can get comfortable
Yeah.
with like mess if we just
Poop
Yeah.
throwing.
if we're just like something that annoys you at first, you can just accept it and then they'll just take over. That's what happened. Like those rats took over that house,
Yeah.
and these people had to move. They couldn't do anything. They had to literally just move because it was just so bad. It was
Yeah.
a video I was watching, and of course, rats are a little worse than a mouse, but
Yeah.
still, like you can see how that one mouse leaving poop all over the house. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I can't. Especially my wife, she's like extra with the
Yeah,
cleaning. So
right.
any little thing, she's going cleaning
She's scrubbing down everything. Yeah.
But I'm saying you can get comfortable with this stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then it becomes a part of your life. You just, this is the mouse.
Imagine how much rat poop them people have all over their house at all times.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Gross.
I mean, think about it. You live in New York, you live in one of these big cities, you're living amongst rats all the time. They're everywhere.
Yeah, but then you just get comfortable
Yeah.
with it, and I think we can get comfortable with things that we shouldn't be comfortable with.
Yeah.
And just accepting things that we shouldn't be accepting. And Dearborn, Michigan.
That was the reason why they did this protest today, because like these Christians were like, we don't accept this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course the Muslims were not happy, and there was a lot of Antifa there as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show a little bit of that, but I will play that clip of the mayor first of Dearborn and what the clip. I think this is the clip you were talking about,
Because what you often hear that it's accompanied with that.
and this
as
is
well,
exactly
you
what
must
we were talking about.
assimilate. I shouldn't put out a magazine that's in 2 languages. Why can't you speak English? Why are my videos subtitled in Arabic? Why is my caption both in English and Arabic? People get frustrated by this. But to me, it's like, I actually disavow the use of the term the melting pot. I actually don't like it. Why? Because in a melting pot, when you're talking about like a soup, everything looks the same.
Right.
We're the salad bowl. The lettuce is lettuce, the tomato is tomato, the cucumber is cucumber. And they all complement each other.
You hear what he's saying there?
Yeah.
What he's saying.
I've heard that before.
What he's saying is there is no need to assimilate. What he's saying is I don't like the melting pot term, because then that means I have to become American.
Right.
I have to melt into this idea of what it means to be American. Because I think he said that at the very beginning.
Because what you
about-
often hear that it's accompanied with that as well, you must assimilate. I shouldn't put out a magazine.
Yeah, see, he's completely against assimilation.
Yeah.
They're all about we should be able to implement our Islamic ways in this city, and you see them actively trying to do it. And that's why you're getting this backlash now with Christians that want to come out and protest against it.
In your house, right?
Yeah,
I mean, in your house, you can speak the language that you grew up.
yeah. You can
speaking.
even have all of your
culture,
cultural stuff. in
Yeah,
there.
you run your house the way you want to run it, but the country
Yes.
is what the country is.
When it comes to the public, when it comes to the streets, but like
The culture, you can't go and just kill a freaking goose.
Yeah.
At the park, you can't do stuff like that.
But that's the difference between like Islam and Christianity. Islam is more, it's more cultural and political.
Yeah.
Right. That's not what Christianity is. Christianity will go into cultures, right, and deal with culture, but in a way where you don't have to get rid of everything.
Yeah, it's not a governing body.
Yeah, it's more of connecting you to the things that are good within that culture, right?
Yeah.
It's bringing separation, right? But it's not like you got to throw away everything.
Yeah.
But with a lot of, it's like with a lot, especially Islam, you have to dress a certain way, do certain things. Like you have to do these things. You have to wear this stuff. You have to. It's a whole culture. And they don't respect your laws. Mm-hmm. Like they don't respect your laws.
Yeah,
so they
say it. The only law is the Quran.
Yeah. They'll be cool with it for a while until they get power. And you see this with the mayor, right?
Yeah.
The moment you get power, now things change up. You start talking crazy. You're like, hold up. I thought you were cool. But
Right.
no, they know how to deal with that in a way. Their book tells them, Takia.
Look at what's happening in Europe. Look at what's happening in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what's happening in France. Like they are actively seeing, Christianity being suppressed and being.
And I don't think it's I think that's just like a human thing, a fallen human type thing where we, think about if you want to think about our music industry. You want to be in the music industry, you got how many people you got to do what you don't want to do. How many meetings we have, you got to play the game, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do a certain kind of music and you got to do this stuff for a little while and then you can do your own thing, but you got to do this. You need to get power first. You need to grow and get some kind of authority. Well, that's literally what they're saying.
Yeah.
So basically you got to deny everything, your integrity and everything for a while, right? And lie.
But isn't that operating in manipulation?
Yeah.
But they're allowed to.
It's literally, yeah. They're allowed to, yeah.
As long as it advances Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's listen to this lady talk about why she fled the UK.
Is this reminiscent of anything that you've seen in London or in the UK?
Yeah, so I left the UK 10 years ago because I saw this taking over. Unfortunately, I don't believe that Islam is compatible with the West. And as much as they want to assimilate and respect the law of the land, their women are still covered. They still do not have as many rights as Western women. I don't feel safe in these communities if I was walking through there alone. I do feel safe in Poland. The problem is the governments, they don't stand up for the people of the country. So my family were in the UK for generations, and we felt abandoned by our government. We felt as if they were protecting the asylum seekers and the migrants over the citizens, the natural born citizens of the United Kingdom. And as
it's starting to sound familiar, like we're starting to see that happening here in a lot of these cities, Chicago, New York, California, of course, but you're seeing that same sentiment where it's like they care more about these migrants and these illegal asylum seekers than they do about their own citizens.
Muslim immigration, Islamic immigration has increased in Europe and the UK. So has the crime rates. So has rapes, murders, molestation of children. It's very dangerous. And unfortunately, their cultures are vastly different to ours. We need to be extremely careful how we tread and integrate Islam into the West, if at all. But personally, I think that it's happening too fast and at such a huge number that we're unable to actually control it. And we should be able to control our countries. These are our countries, first and foremost. Brits founded America. They brought over Western values. They brought the Constitution. The UK doesn't even have the Constitution, unfortunately, at this point. They are governed by the Human Rights Act from the UN, but that does not protect free speech. So really, the only place in the world that Christians are protected and your free speech is protected is America. And that's why I say God bless the Constitution and God bless America. This is the best.
Exactly. But it's the one place where, well, not the one place, but it's, the one religion that is openly mocked, openly ridiculed without any repercussion. No one cares. Let's look at some of the protests going on. This was Americans Against Islamification. Here's another clip here.
Dearborn, as it is the #1 city for Islam here in the United States, as it is one of the only towns here in the United States where the majority of the population belong to the religion of Islam. Some people have been attacked. One man attempted to burn the Quran as he beat the Quran with bacon. The police have now shown up. Counter protesters are over here. You have
To me, that's
protesters.
I was going to
That's
ask.
a little-
I was going to ask. Let's watch the video and then we'll talk about it.
People have been pepper sprayed. Camp Higbee was pepper sprayed, and you're also seeing street takeovers as well, as people have blocked off all of the road, and now traffic is coming through. And yes sir, I got you. And right now you have a bunch of people, and it's only about 3:30 right now.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna ask you about that and talk about that in general. Like that, I understand people protesting against Islamification of a town or of a neighborhood or of America, period. But when you are like trying to provoke, when you're antagonizing in certain ways, it's like that. That is
Burning
not.
the Quran,
That's not even Christian. I
beating
feel
it
like,
with bacon.
Beating it with
Like,
bacon.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You know, even though they can openly burn the Bible, they can openly, mock Jesus, they can do these fake crucifixions, they do all kinds of mocking of Christianity. But that doesn't mean that you should engage in that same behavior as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, you have to love your enemies.
Yeah.
You have to.
Jesus himself let himself be mocked and beaten and
But that
broken.
doesn't mean you just let anybody. Again, you don't let your enemies run over you and take over your. That's different. But you love them in respecting their boundaries as they respect your boundaries.
Right.
You know, they're your borders as they. I mean, you respect their borders as they respect yours. Like you can do anything you want over there, but you can't do that over here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not it's always this pendulum. I say this all the time. It swings from one way to the other. And that's the human fallen nature that we're dealing with where, they are doing this, so we're going to do this. And none of that goes anywhere good.
Yeah.
It just becomes more depraved.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So let's watch some more footage from this protest because, of course, you're talking about Michigan, you're talking about the left. They are definitely, the police are like, at this point, I think their police department's like, what are they doing? Like, what are they even, are they totally captured by politics at this point? I don't know, because it's like they don't arrest. They seem to not be arresting the people that are like beating people up. They're arresting the ones that are there. It's weird.
I'm just gonna make a recommendation to you. If I was you, I would start arresting people as soon as they touch people. Because if you don't, you guys are gonna be the reason Trump deploys the National Guard here. That's not a threat. I'm just telling you, you don't want to be the reason that happens. Because if you don't police like you're supposed to, he will do it. I promise you he'll do it. You know how he is, officer. You know how he is. I'm just going to...
So this guy's telling him, but then later on, I have a video of that police officer doing nothing when people are getting violent.
Sir, why are they able to make threats unfettered?
Oh, here he is.
Why do they have total impunity out here? They've attacked me. They pepper sprayed me. Nothing has happened. They punched Jake in the face. They sprayed Jake. They have total impunity.
This is the best police department here.
That's right.
In the state of Michigan, that's right. Nobody beats Dearborn police.
Officer, why are they able to make threats?
Yeah, apparently they were pepper spraying people. I think here's a video of one of those incidents here. Oh, that's the guy that was beating it down. eating it with bacon.
Yeah, that's just like antagonistic.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
United we stand! Divided we fall!
What are the point of these protests? It's just like to get these video clips at this point to show people online. Like,
yeah, I mean, there should be something done, but you gotta. One protest ain't gonna do it.
yeah,
There is something. If you look up, what's his? Oh man, what is his name? They were trying to. This is a while ago. I can't think of his name right now. They're trying to preach the gospel at like a Dearborn event, Muslim event, outside of it, and they threatened them. The police.
the police.
Yeah, and I think there was like they weren't allowed to do it within like 5 blocks. Some crazy ordinance. Trying to remember the guy's name.
I can't help you.
He does a lot of apologist stuff. He does a lot of debating, but I can't think of his name right now.
The tall, skinny dude.
No. What's his name?
Every other religion, everything. You don't go. We don't do. No, that's not what we're gonna do. Because the moment they touch your Quran is the moment they have to do something about it.
Wood. David Wood.
What about like if it was the Bible?
That's his name.
Do you feel the same way?
We don't touch the Bible. You don't see Arabs going around the Bible.
Our religion is just to respect every other religion.
Our religion, we respect the elders, we respect every other religion, everything. You don't go. We don't do that to the Bible, so you don't do that to us.
You see, if we really didn't like you guys, all these cops are Muslim, right? They would have came and did something to you guys, though, right? But they're not. They're trying to protect everybody. We don't hate other people. But if it was the other way around.
What was his name? David Wood.
David Wood. Yeah.
Dearborn.
They didn't want Christians evangelizing Muslims or handing out tracts or anything, right? But they couldn't just make a rule saying Christians aren't allowed to distribute materials. So they just made a rule and they said no one's allowed to hand out materials, but then they only enforced it on Christians.
All right, David Wood with my friends Paul and Antonio here. We are not actually going to go into the festival right now because we know automatically they're going to lock us up no matter what we do. They'll lie about us. It's just the way of life here in Dearborn if you're a Christian. So we brought a case of copies of the Gospel of John in English and Arabic. We're going to try standing outside of the festival and handing some of them out. I suspect they're going to stop us even then, but we'll see. We hope that there's no problems. Look at this. They weren't here 3 minutes. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, sir. I have to have you turn off the camera. Okay. And you're going to have to walk me, okay? Okay. Go ahead and hand me the camera. So. I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off. Okay, you're going to come out.
Why? How can they confiscate the camera?
As you just saw, two of my friends walked over to the ERUPTS Festival, outside of the ERUPTS Festival, and tried to distribute copies of the Gospel of John in English and Arabic, and they were stopped immediately outside the festival. You didn't see what happened afterwards, but they took us to the security booth, they photographed us, they took our IDs, got the information, took our camera, his cell phone for a little while. They let us go and just explain the rules to us. But what the rule is, it seems, is not that you can't distribute copies of the Gospel of John inside the festival. It also applies outside the festival. They told us we would have to go at least 5 blocks away if we wanted to distribute anything. So this is getting very interesting, Dearborn. Let's look at some of the places where you are not free to hand out information on a public sidewalk here in Dearborn.
Hi, I'm on the corner of Kingsley and Warren, and I just want to say that I will be arrested in Dearborn, USA, on the corner of Kingsley and Warren if I hand this out.
I'm on the corner of Warren
Eminem or something like that. I'm a former Muslim, and I am not free to give a gospel of Jesus Christ here in Dearborn.
Wow.
Hey, I'm here on the corner of Warren and Frida.
And this is years
Dearborn, Michigan,
ago.
United States.
Like,
and
this
if I
is
were
probably
to take this gospel of Jesus Christ by St. John and
a
hand it out
while
to anyone on the street,
Yeah, it looks
I
like
would
a
be put in
while
jail
ago.
again.
That camera is, you can just tell by the
quality,
camera.
yeah.
Well, now I'm about 1 trillion miles away from the ERUPTS Festival on the corner of Warren and Wyoming. And if I walk a little bit past this intersection, I will finally have the freedom here on a public street in the United States of America to hand out a copy of the gospel. That's where I have to go. So I just hope that Americans will start paying attention to what's going on here in Dearborn. Name me any city in the United States where I could not stand on a public street outside the festival where I could not hand out information about my beliefs. You won't find one. But I hope you pay attention to what's going on in America, because something's not right here.
They haven't been paying attention because it's gotten worse.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And this is years ago. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm going to play some of the stuff that you sent me, because most of the other protest stuff, as it got into the night, they, it started getting a little bit more chippy. People were fighting and screaming at each other. But you sent some stuff about Islam too. So I'm going to play those clips. Let's see if it loads. Instagram. Okay. All right, cool. You can pull it up.
Ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house, inshallah. But we have to be a part of that change and never, ever apologize. We're unapologetic. Never, ever compromise. We're uncompromising.
When people say that Islam is not compatible with Western society, with a pluralistic society, this is exactly what we are talking about. You have this imam who is just casually saying in the UK out loud that America is going to become a Muslim country, Russia is going to become a Muslim country, that Islam is going to enter every house. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear that, I don't think of a missionary project. I don't think of Islamic proselytizing. I don't think of him referring to Muslims converting people over to Islam through love and acceptance, which, by the way, is not really a large factor in the growth of Islam. It's primarily driven by high birth rates. But he's clearly not talking about faith or personal belief. He's referring to a political takeover. His language is the language of conquest, and that is the language of people who think that the West is weak enough for them to come in and replace. The United Kingdom, where this imam is saying this, proves why they feel so bold enough to say this. Look at what's happening there. Nobody in America gets told any of this, but in parts of London and Bradford and Birmingham and Luton, the police won't even enforce basic laws if it risks community tensions. They have totally redefined the definition of Islamophobia to include race when Muslim is not a race. Their politicians have no backbone. They have no spine. They have entire neighborhoods where extremist preachers literally have more influence than the parliament. There are schools where kids are bullied for being too Western. Politicians as well as police and authorities have openly admitted that they don't talk about this, they don't say a word because they're terrified of offending the wrong people. It has gone beyond the idea of diversity. It has become a cultural surrender, and I'm sorry, the UK's done. There is no recovering from what has happened to the UK. And I already know that people are going to come in and say,
I was just
this
going to say,
doesn't represent all Muslims. Obviously, I know it doesn't. Most Muslims, or at least a lot of them, don't want any part of this ideology of the takeover, but this is the strain of political Islam. This triumphalist, we're going to dominate the West mindset is very real, and pretending that it doesn't exist is, again, exactly how the UK got caught flat-footed in the first place. Every warning was dismissed as racist or Islamophobic until the reality became too obvious to hide. And by the way, since the 60s, the UK's public opinion have continuously shown that they reject the influence of Islam in their society, and that they think the immigration policy has been horrible, and they think that too many people have been coming into their country, and their politicians did nothing. And I'm sorry, but this whole we're never going to apologize, we're never going to compromise, never water anything down in our religion, it's not religious devotion. It is, again, political absolutism. That is a vision of society where pluralism does not exist, where you cannot disagree, where you do not coexist with people, you overtake them.
The future.
Now, this guy, I don't know if you know, he's from San Diego.
No, I didn't know that.
His name's Uthman. I've seen him debate many times. He goes on the streets. He talks to Christians or people, but he lies all the time. Like, he twists things. He's always trying to get people caught up in stuff. he's very deceptive in the way he.
You're talking about the imam.
Yeah, because he's more of like a. What do they call it? He does like dawah, which is like
apologists.
I thought he's from the UK.
No, he's in the UK talking.
Oh,
He don't talk like that over here. That's what I'm saying. He's from San Diego, but he's talking like that in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? Because that's how it is. He never heard him say anything like that in San Diego. But that's my point. Like the more they start gaining power, the more they start talking crazy. Yeah, they start actually showing their true colors. And again, I'm not saying that this is how all Muslims think. No, I'm not saying that. Because again, I know a bunch of Muslims, and I don't believe they all think like that. But what I'm saying is that these are the leaders.
Yeah.
These are a lot of the leaders, you know. And I've heard Sneeko. He went to, I think it was Saudi Arabia, to talk to an imam over there because he had an issue. Did we play that?
We played that on here.
And then that guy just went off on him and said, this is the problem with Western converts is that they're...
If you even question, you
don't question it.
Yeah, don't question anything.
They can't question, and they're used to questioning stuff. That's how they become Muslims. They got... A lot of times they became Muslims because people gave them some bad information about the Bible. Right. So they become a Muslim because it made sense what they were saying. You know, how many things Constantine, you know, like the stuff that people say. But so then when they start hearing like, oh wait, he married Muhammad married a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
consummated her at 9. What?
How does that make sense?
Yeah, like when they start seeing these things.
But then if you ask them about it, well, you shouldn't even be asking about that.
He literally said, the guy in that video, remember he literally said that about Aisha.
Yep.
He literally said, you going to question that, then you're a kafir.
Yeah.
A kafir means you're an unbeliever.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be killed.
Man, you can't even question, huh?
Can't even question. You just need to accept it. But see, that's the difference because they learn that in a Muslim house. When you grow up that way, that just becomes the standard. No, you don't question these things. It is what it is.
Right.
But when you grow up in Western civilization, we're called to test things. Even as believers, we're called to test things. We're called, like, all of this stuff that even atheists use in reasoning all came from believers. Like a lot of the colleges, they came from their roots are in Christians, bringing this stuff about hospitals, Christians, right? And of course it got taken and twisted and turned into other things
by the Rockefellers,
amongst others, right? But a lot of these ideas, they come from Christian thought, right? The Constitution, Christian thought. So when that's like alien to Islam. That's alien to the Muslim.
Yeah, I find it interesting that this guy was talking about the UK and how they like the politicians did nothing, but the reason why is because that's the whole tactic is they've been voting in so many Muslim people to parliament and look at Dearborn, all of the, like that guy was saying, all the police officers are Muslim. You know what I mean? Who do you think they're gonna arrest?
Yeah.
You know, and then they start voting in politicians. You got Ilhan Omar. You got now you got Mamdani. You got all these people. I think there was like 6 Muslims voted into government in this last election, something like that. So, yeah, when you look at that, that's the tactic. The tactic is to get them in positions of power, and then they can favor their God in everything that they do. They can look to try to push Islam through all the channels that they have available to them. Rashida Tlaib is a Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's play this next clip.
We do not want to melt into American society and disappear. We want to go into American society with Islamic ideals and revamp their thinking. We want to revamp them. We want to turn...
This is in 1990.
That's why I wanted to show it.
And she's literally saying the same things. Like, we're not going to melt in. We're not going to assimilate.
Yeah.
We want to influence
them into Muslim individuals. We shouldn't have feelings of a distaste for them or intolerance, because they're potential Muslim. Education is one of the most important areas that Muslims have to address. And while our objective, our final objective, is not just to become part of the system that we experience now and that we see, our objective, our final objective, is to create our own Islamic systems, and not only create Islamic systems for Muslims, but to look at all the other people who are sharing this country with us as potential Muslims. And in that long-range process of making America Muslim, all of America Muslim, American melting pot, we do not want...
All right.
All of America.
All of America Muslim.
We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion.
Thousands of Muslims
this is the religion
in Times
that
Square.
all of humanity needs to be a part of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. La ilaha illallah! Muhammadan Rasulullah!
That, my friends, is where 9/11 happened 24 years ago. So there's a guy, he's a great follow on X. It's Dan something. He's a former Muslim guy, converted to Christ. He pulled this up and he was like, hey man, Americans need to understand there are three phases. Like, so here's his big idea. He was like, hey man, 1400 years ago, there were literally no Muslim countries. So his point is like, hey man, you guys think that it's just like, oh man, we have, a couple million, not a big deal, that kind of thing. It's like, hey, so like, we actually have history books that tell us exactly how this is gonna happen. And his point is, it happens in three phases. He goes, phase one, when Muslims are few in number, he's like, man, what they historically do is sort of play the victim, claim Islamophobia, more tolerant of others. Then he's like, hey man, but then phase two is when there's a large minority. It's like, man, that's the indignant Islam phase. And then it becomes threatening, it's triumphalism, start to kind of at least move towards things like Sharia law. And again, there's different parts of, Islam and how they handle that differently, more intolerant. And then phase three is when they get to clear majority. He's like, read it. His point is, read a history book. These three phases happen every single time. As phase three is clear majority. This is dominant Islam. This one becomes militant, strict Sharia law, kill or subdue infidels, et cetera, et cetera. And his thing is, hey, for 1400 years, the pattern hasn't changed.
We're done hiding.
Yeah, we talked about that on here before, and we've shown them ex-Muslim extremists blatantly saying like, this is what they're doing. Like, this is what I saw a meme after Mamdani got elected, where people were showing all the 9/11 memorials, and it always says never forget, never forget. And then they showed a picture of Mamdani, and they're like, we forgot. like it's only been 24 years,
And he talked about it. Like, he said the same thing. Like, I think he said my aunt was...
Yeah. She was afraid to wear her, but he lied about that. He lied. He openly got caught lying about that.
But see how it's the victimization, right? It's the Islamophobia type thing, and that's what they use, like with the whole 9/11.
Yeah,
because people did take that too far and started attacking even people like Sikhs.
Yeah, they were. Anyone who wore a turban was like they don't understand the culture. They just that
but
was
regardless,
ridiculous.
you shouldn't be then attacking Muslims, right?
Yeah.
It's not. People don't get it. It's just because they're gonna do that to you. Now you're gonna go and do that to them.
But what did that do? That opens the door for them to be victims now,
right?
Right,
and that's what.
And then you get the CARES.
That's what Hezbollah is. That's what Hamas is.
What is the organization that Ilhan Omar always is speaking at, where she talked about the fact that Muslims were targeted after 9/11, and that's how they raised money. Like, what is the name of that organization? I think it's CARES or something like that. Like,
I don't know. There's a lot of Islamic organizations.
Yeah, but this is what they do. Like
But-
you saw her do that when
Yeah.
she first got here. She was using the victimization of Muslims as her platform.
Bro, Hamas started something, and then even the little bit of retaliation turned into all the protest, everything, like genocide. Like Hamas lit the match, right?
Yeah.
But then the moment they light that match, they're like, we didn't start. What's the song?
We
didn't start the fire.
Billy Joel.
Yeah, Billy Joel.
Yeah, it's CARE. It's CARE.
Okay.
It's CARE. I know that stands for something about Islam.
Kair.
No, CARE. It's pronounced CARE.
Kair.
But let me play it real quick, because this is the one that she went viral for, where she got in trouble before. Remember that clip? Because some people did something, and we lost access to our civil liberties. Like, she went viral for that back in the day but this was like 2019. And look, nothing's happened. She's still in power.
Mm-hmm.
She's even more emboldened now.
Yeah.
She never got in trouble for doing the things that she did.
Yeah. Yeah. So America needs to wake up, man, because like the guy's trying to say that the UK, Europe is cooked. It's over for them. I don't agree with that. But they have gone really far off the deep end. Like it is going to be a fight.
I mean, I think without God, they are.
Mhm.
You know, I think there definitely has to be a wake up.
And it is funny how they've become such an atheistic place. And look at what's happened. You know,
But have they though?
Yeah.
I feel like it's only one God that they're.
Well, that was the God that they used to serve. All of them were Catholic nations at a certain
Have
point.
they what? What do you mean?
No, meaning I've seen. I mean, this is from what I see. People being arrested for praying,
Mhm.
but then you have you have like the prayer, whatever the prayer music,
The prayer call to prayer.
So they're embracing one God, but
Yeah.
another God, the God of Abraham, the people who serve those
They
gods.
would say that is the God of Abraham.
No, I think
but
that
you're right.
It's this weird conundrum of leftist atheistic mentality where it's like we have to be tolerant of other people's cultures. Black and brown people are oppressed, so we have to tolerate them and everything that they do. But that also includes Muslims, who are also they're even a more extremist religion than Christianity, but they
don't look
hate
at it like that.
Christianity. Yeah, I know, this is that conundrum. They hate Christianity because they see it as oppressive, but Islam falls under the black and brown victimhood thing, so they can't, and
Well,
it creates this weird.
I think it's just this simple. I always say this: atheists are the most easily influenced by witchcraft, by the demonic realm, by the spirit realm, because they think it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
my point is that if you think something doesn't exist, then you empty yourself out. Something's going to come in.
Right.
If we are created to be filled, who's going to fill us? If we are houses to be dwelled in, right? Somebody's going to dwell. Just like lands are meant to be dwelled in. And the issue is when we are atheists, we say we're empty, right? Without even knowing we're saying that, right? There is no God. If you're saying that, you're emptying yourself out. But the thing is, how are you going to fight so that something else don't come in when you don't know how to fight?
Yeah.
Because you can't see it,
How you
right?
gonna fight the rats off?
Yeah, you can't. You don't know how to. And that's why when you don't believe something exists, like that's like us saying, no, mice don't really exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they're destroying our house. Yeah, rats don't exist. Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
Rats aren't a problem.
But they're coming in and they're destroying. And then now you're getting those same atheists saying, wait a minute, maybe it's a good thing to be a cultural. Now, hold up. Maybe we should be culturally Christian, right? This is the things they're saying. What's his name? Richard Dawkins.
Oh, Richard Dawkins.
Yeah. Richard Dawkins from the UK,
Yeah.
right? And he's now talking about this cultural Christian
most
crap.
well-known scientific atheists in the world.
Right. Which wanted nothing to do with Christianity, but now he's backpedaling because he's seeing what's happening to his country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, maybe there is something to these values. Maybe there is something here. I don't want to go as far as saying God, but there's something here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're dealing with because, again, what did Jesus say? You're going to serve one master.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't serve two.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're going to either if you empty yourself out, something's going to fill that house. You know, something's going to dwell in it.
Yo, check this out. I just saw this on X. One of the council members, I think this is in Dearborn, talking about Sharia law. Listen to this.
I just want to say a few things before I start. First of all, the word Sharia just means law. Saying Sharia law is saying law. So it seems like there's quite a large group of individuals here who are intellectually inept. And if that word is too big for them, intellectually inept, I'll say it again. They can Google it later.
It's like
but
chai tea.
other than that, it is incredible that individuals who are charged with beating cops with bats are allowed to come to the city and say that they are going to take a holy book and burn it. This is not free speech, and this is not hate speech. This is speech that will initiate violence. That is correct. This will initiate violence. You are come and burn a book.
You see how they're using the leftist tactics to, but you notice that little manipulation that he did at the beginning there, where he tried to show that Sharia law just means law.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we say Sharia law, it's not a scary thing. You guys think it's a scary thing.
Well, that's what these are their tactics again.
It's your law.
Right.
It's not the law of the land.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Islamic law.
Yeah.
It's not our law.
It's not our law. It just means law. Like, bro, but what is the law? You know what I mean? When Jews say the law, they're talking about
So when you say Sharia law, you mean a certain thing,
you mean
right?
a certain kind of
you
law.
don't mean just law, right? Come on.
He's trying to make
he's
it
manipulate.
Yeah.
But
he's trying to lump it in like it's chai tea.
Yes. And he's trying to lower that threshold of people's you know, that heightened awareness people get when you say certain words. So he's trying to lower that so that it sounds a little better. Now he's trying to make them victims of violence if people are allowed to come there and protest. He's
that
trying
Muslims
to shut down
hold
the whole
very
protest.
dear to their heart. And another thing, Dearborn is historic. It is done many great things. In 2023, it received a silver award for environmental friendliness. The silver award in environmental friendliness by the state of Michigan. It has one of the largest indoor historic museums. And to say that individuals can come and harass your citizens and who have beaten your cops, they want to talk about the protesters didn't respect your cops. No, in fact, that is false and is a tukokoi. It's a logical fallacy. It is a logical fallacy because they themselves do not respect the police officers here. One individual was policed and he was put into jail for 4 years because of that. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. And it should not be allowed. By no means necessary. And for us as Muslims, we believe in justice and we also believe in saying justice no matter who it's against. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu qawwamina bil qisti shuhada'a lin-nas. Whether it be against yourselves or anyone, each one of us should look whether or not we are being true individuals of service. And Muslims are indeed peaceful. Indeed peaceful. Islam itself means to submit. The derivative is salam, which means peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Peace within the context of your law.
Your law. Which
And
just means
even
law.
we believe in justice based off of your law. It's not like, let's not get it twisted. It's not justice that comes from God that we think, well, I say the God of the Bible because that's a different God, Allah. It's justice based off of their God.
Right.
Allah, their Quran, their law. So we got to differentiate that. We got to separate those things. And we can't keep conflating those things, right? We believe in justice. Okay, what's that mean? Like, stop it.
Right.
You know, like, why are we trying to act
like the meme? Stop it. Get some help. the Michael Jordan meme. Yeah, dude. It's so, like, you can just see the manipulation there.
And it's bad.
And it's just
it's not
complete lies, trying to make yourself a victim, trying to make Muslims seem so peaceful. And, you know, we got a silver award for the most environmentally sound city. Okay. Here's another clip from today of someone confronting the mayor that we were just showing.
I'm a journalist. I'm not a protester. This is my badge. Okay. Today on the streets of Dearborn, I was pepper sprayed, maced by protesters because I asked them simply why they were harassing and touching another individual who had stated repeatedly that he was only on their side of the street to talk to them and have a dialogue. My phone was smashed. You can see the broken camera right there. They stole $50 out of my pocket and they stole my microphone receiver. I went and I told one of your officers, badge number 3668, that this had happened. He told me there was nothing that could be done about it unless I went to the station. I told him, I can't go to the station. I'm working. I'm doing my job. He said, I'm working too. I said, yeah, your job is to protect me and all of the people that are out here today, okay? So he said that I could go into the station later. I told him, you're never going to catch the guy if I go into the station later. He's going to leave. He's dressed head to toe in black bloc. I filmed the whole thing, but he had a mask on his face. You'll never, ever get an opportunity to arrest that person ever again if you don't go and get him right now. He said, sir, I can't leave my post. 5 minutes later, I caught him in the parking lot on a personal phone call, okay? Repeatedly today, I watched people that are in this room get attacked by other people that are in this room. I watched your officers not respond to those attacks repeatedly. Then I saw somebody who was in this group, which, again, I'm a journalist. I'm just documenting what's going on, and I'm here to tell you what's going on. I saw somebody in this group get arrested. I asked the officers, habeas corpus, please articulate probable cause for arresting this person. They refused to. I asked name and badge number. They refused to give me their name and badge number as a member of the press with my badge clearly displayed. They would not tell me why they were arresting this person. They just did it, okay? Yesterday, I was exploring Dearborn. I came here just to document this from Seattle as a journalist, okay? I was exploring Dearborn. I walked up and down Michigan Avenue. There wasn't very many people out. Then we wanted to hear the call to prayer that we've heard so much about. So we went to a mosque. And at that mosque, I was followed by a drone. If I moved forward, the drone moved forward. If I went backwards, the drone went backwards. I went to a gas station, and that drone waited outside of the gas station just above the door for me to leave so it could begin following me again. I was followed by vehicles, and I was followed by individuals on foot. There was a lot of talk in here today about sexism. So I'd like to quote the Prophet Muhammad. Okay? One of my favorite quotes from the Prophet Muhammad. A woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's due to the deficiency of her mind. God created two sexes, one superior and one inferior. That's why your women wear hijabs, because they're inferior to men. That's why in most Muslim countries they can't leave their homes without permission of a male guardian. Is my time up?
You have 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
okay, great.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't feel like a dhimmi in my country. That's what I feel like in Dearborn, Michigan. It doesn't feel like home. I feel like a dhimmi, a second-class citizen, which is what Christians are in the majority of Muslim countries. Dhimmis. Second-class citizens. And the policing in this city, that's exactly what happens. And I know rank-and-file officers in pretty much every city usually want to take care of these problems. You're the one giving the orders, Mr. Mayor. These guys definitely want to do something about them. They're business. Look at them. These guys are all business. Your orders. I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Like, people gotta wake up. We gotta stand up to this. We gotta stop this. That's insane. Yeah. That all happened today too.
Wow. Quick.
Wow.
Yep.
I was wondering why I saw so much Muslim stuff in my feed today.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big protest out there, and one of the things I remember seeing during the protest that you kind of see them using over and over again was they were saying, you know, these protests are racist. These protests are racist. Like, they're trying to tie, like the dude said in that other video, in the Instagram video, in Instagram reel, about how they're trying to tie Islamophobia and racism together. and also call anything, any kind of challenge of Islam, you're calling it racist now. So they're definitely trying to hijack that victim mentality. It's crazy. Anyway. So, have you guys been following the Epstein saga back in the news?
Aren't they? They
did a vote.
They did a vote, and it didn't pass.
Yeah, I think it passed. I think only one person voted against it or something like that.
Yeah, for it to
be released.
Everybody
wants it to be released. Even Trump came out and said, I have nothing to hide. Release the files. So, but, you know, it's funny because I don't know if you guys were following last week. We didn't do the stream, but there was all this uproar and this bombshell email leak that came out that was supposed to prove that Trump was, you know, engaging with Epstein, and like the Democrats went crazy to release these emails, and they went and did this whole media campaign like, we got him, guys. And it completely backfired. I don't know if you guys followed any of that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so they released this leaked email where it was apparently like Jeffrey Epstein talking to Ghislaine, and he mentions Trump, and he says something about Trump is the dog that doesn't bark, and he spent hours at my home with a redacted name of a victim. Apparently, that's what they were saying. It's a victim that he spent hours at Jeffrey Epstein's home, and the name was redacted. But then they came out and showed that victim, quote unquote, was Virginia Giuffre, the one who just committed suicide. And she has testified in the past openly that Trump has never done anything. You know what I mean? So it didn't. Why would they redacted that name? Because they wanted to imply that there was some big bombshell there. And plus, it's like this is Epstein when he's already like panicking because Trump is about to be elected, and he's trying to find a way to like finagle his power move with Trump. So he's going back and forth in emails with like talking to Ghislaine about what he's going to do. But they think that that's evidence of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just funny to watch them all go on these.
Did I send you the video of? It was Epstein feeding.
Oh, I have that.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah, the chick from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
So she's the congresswoman that presides over the Virgin Islands, right? Where he had his properties, who he has given massive amounts of money, who he probably knew a lot of the stuff that he was doing because she presides over that area, the U.S. Virgin
probably
Islands.
Had her.
She might have been a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I just want to show.
Talking about like when she was like speaking.
She was
getting
hearing,
texts, right?
Yeah, there was a hearing with Michael Cohen when he was trying to. You know, the whole thing about Michael Cohen was writing this book and then Stormy Daniels, and they're going to find out how, you know. But while she was interviewing Trump, Jeffrey Epstein was texting her.
Coaching her.
And telling her what
Not
to
Trump.
ask. No,
Cohen.
Cohen, I'm sorry, yeah. When she was interviewing Michael Cohen, he was texting her and telling her what to ask. You know, and all that came out.
Yeah. And like telling her, ask about this person. Ask about this.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll play all that, but I want to show this first because this is like the extreme hypocrisy of the people on the left and the View, of course. So this is
I saw Jake. I saw what it was before Jamie talked about it.
So this is Sonny Hostin back when they were talking about releasing the Epstein files when Trump was running, as opposed to when these emails came out.
People were dying for this information. There was some sort of list that everybody thought was going to come out, and who's on the list. What's important for us to note is we shouldn't be repeating names that are on the list, because just because your name has, not on the list, but in the documents, just because your name is on the documents doesn't mean that you have done anything criminally irresponsible or illegal or civilly irresponsible.
Or that you were a client.
Or that you were a client. These documents, as I read them, only reflect Epstein's sexual assaults of women. and his
You
sexual.
guys hear that? And there was no one else involved. It was just Epstein. He was the pervert.
Behavior. So I think that
And Ghislaine also.
and Ghislaine. And so being named in this suit does not equate to being accused of wrongdoing. And I think that is extremely important because conspiracy theorists seem to not understand or enjoy facts.
Yes.
These are the facts.
There is a list. Trump's name is on the logs, the passenger logs of Epstein's aircraft at least 7 times. That's already been made public. I mean, of course, Trump is denying any and all allegations, but all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wasn't
So-
Trump flying with his family to like Mar-a-Lago? And
Yes.
Come on.
So he would end up on the planes. But I'm just saying the hypocrisy of when it was under Biden and when they were threatening to release the list, it was nothing to see here, guys.
Even though their names are on there.
Don't jump to conclusions. Remember, Jimmy Kimmel came out and said, "There's no list. Like, stop
Yeah.
talking about a list."
Talking about conspiracy theorists.
But then as soon as these email leaks come out, it's Trump's name is mentioned. He's clearly got something to hide here.
It's the hypocrisy.
Yeah. But then Stephen A. Smith came out and he had a different tune to say to the Democrats.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that the Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration.
Oh.
You were there for 4 years.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then?
They didn't even mention
What
it.
am I missing? I'm not saying I know. It's a legitimate question. Maybe I don't remember the answer. Maybe my extraordinary producers should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, the same files that were open or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is, with various emails, that could have been done when Biden was in office. Well, why didn't you do it? If it's so important now. What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? See?
Why are you yelling?
This is the kind of stuff that's
He's always yelling.
What
happened?
Because my
He was just standing still.
Yo, I thought it
Look, he just got really still. Look.
thought it froze.
So this is the kind of
Because my attitude is just deducing how much they despise Trump is if there was some real bona fide dirt on him, since you went after him with the 34 felony convictions, which essentially was deduced to him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, just so she wouldn't reveal their happenings with one another leading up to the election in 2016. Okay? If you had something like that you were willing to parade him through the streets with, of course, if you had something on him about Epstein, you'd have let it go earlier to make sure he didn't become the 47th president. That's just my thinking from a logical perspective.
I mean, that's just common sense.
Come on.
Facts.
Logically,
Like,
yeah.
Anybody who is not Trump deranged, delusional, or just like so hell bent on just brainwashed by MSNBC would be seeing it that way. Like, you really think them releasing some fake emails with names redacted, trying to insinuate something? Like, come on, man. Like, if y'all had that something on Trump,
Because they lie about him.
Yes.
They make stuff up. They have to make stuff up.
Yep.
And if they had solid info and that he did this, you know that they will use it.
They don't. Remember they had the P tapes. Remember Omarosa had the audio recording of him calling someone the N-word. Remember they had, the Steele dossier, all these things, the Russia collusion, all these things that they said
Suckers
they
and
had.
losers.
Yeah, suckers and losers. Let's watch this clip on CNN where they even had to backtrack on one of their delusional TDS people calling him a PDF file.
You don't care that the president might be a pedophile? You don't
No,
care
he's
that
not
the
a pedophile. You don't. There's no evidence of that.
No, there's no evidence of it, but that's what. No, it's not insane. That's what we've been talking about all week.
There is no evidence of that. We're not going to.
No, but that's what the emails have been talking about. That's what we've been talking about all week. That's
The
why he
emails
doesn't
don't
want to
say
release
that
the
at all.
files. And to say that nobody cares is kind of absurd.
At the most, if the emails were even real, it said that Jeffrey Epstein was claiming that Trump spent hours at one of his properties with someone. He didn't say, go into detail about what happened. He didn't say, I know for a fact Trump has been with all these girls. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then the name we find out that was redacted was Virginia Giuffre, who has openly said Trump has done nothing wrong. I remember when CNN interviewed all the victims of Trump and victims of Epstein and asked about Trump, and all of them said no.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so annoying. But anyway, here's the story of that you were talking about. So the emails did, in some of the leaks, show that House Democrats have come out against fake Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett for texting with Jeffrey Epstein and acting as his puppet in congressional hearings. The New York Post posted this article going through the emails, and here it is right here. Oh, no, that's Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, we also found out in the emails that Hakeem Jeffries has been
implicated,
funded by Epstein.
Oh.
But here's Tim Pool breaking down the story.
Hakeem Obama?
Yeah, Timu Obama.
This is crazy. Look at this video from the New York Times. This is nuts. This is absolutely wild. Newly released documents show during the hearing, Epstein was giving advice to the Democrats to go after Trump. The Post reviewed multiple video feeds from the hearing that matched the texts.
Obama was president of the United States. And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that only black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written...
You hear what Cohen was saying about Trump? Like, that's just so ridiculous.
They say only black people can live this way?
Yeah. They were driving through some neighborhood in Chicago.
Your testimony. You have suggested you are going to review that. Did you review?
Whoa.
Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
So they're showing in real time her looking at her phone while these messages are coming in, getting these messages, and then what she's going to
The
ask.
president's campaign, or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today. It was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that accurate, yes or no?
Yes.
So in this video, you can see...
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
and
are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
This is massive, ladies and gentlemen. This just scratches the surface. But if this rabbit hole goes deeper, what we have is false allegations against Donald Trump, a criminal case that ultimately was brought forward for the first time in history with no unanimously decided upon crime Trump was attempting to commit. That is, it's complicated. And I have since corrected the record, though I'd call myself half wrong. The story is, as it pertains to the falsification of business records, for which this question is about in this testimony, the jury did not unanimously decide that Trump was actually trying to commit any particular crime. Just that maybe there was some crime somewhere. It's never happened before that they've done this. And the only reason they did was because the charges against Trump, misdemeanor at best. Jeffrey Epstein, according to the Washington Post, was colluding with the Democrat to get this testimony, which ultimately led to a fake conviction. Sounds to me, ladies and gentlemen, we have a strong probability, should this rabbit hole go deep, Epstein,
47
deep state,
counts
working with
of felony counts.
Yeah. So they're saying that. So he's saying that her getting that help from Epstein for fake testimony from Cohen is what eventually led to him even being able to be convicted of those 47 counts. Yeah, it's wild, bro. It's wild.
Yeah.
That's Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, this is her response. She responded today in Congress.
Oh, let's hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Raskin, to my former professor in law school, and I want to address the body. I first want to give you all a sense of what was happening that day. Everyone knows at that hearing in February, the entire country was watching. As Michael Cohen decided he was going to finally give up information about what was happening in the Trump
He was trying to save his butt and write his book.
The Trump enterprise. And at the beginning of that hearing, the ranking member, Jim Jordan, had the disrespect to Elijah Cummings, may he rest in peace and his name be a memory, after not allowing Mr. Jordan to shut the committee hearing down. And I turned to Mr. Jordan and told him to have respect for the chair and to basically shut up. And that moment went viral. And I began to get innumerable texts from friends, from foes, from
so that's what he's doing.
about what was happening in that hearing.
Yeah. What?
And I got a text from Jeffrey Epstein, who at the time was my constituent, who was not public knowledge at that time that he was under federal investigation.
But he was under, it was public knowledge that he had served time for being a pedophile. Like, what do you mean? She's trying to say, oh, I didn't know he was under investigation. So what? You knew what type of person he was and what he was about at that point. He was already served his time.
He's spinning.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
How do you have a relationship, like, for him to...
Bro, because he is a billionaire who lives in her district. What do you think? You don't think you don't think she's been getting some kickbacks?
And
he owns 2 islands out there.
You have no idea some of the stuff that he's done.
He's bringing in private jets. He's bringing in boats. He's bringing in he brought in Prince Andrews.
It doesn't smell right to me.
Exactly. She knows exactly what's going on there.
Does not smell right.
Who was sharing information with me. Now, I heard recently from someone that I was seeking advice from him. Let me tell you something. I don't need to get advice on how to question anybody from any individual.
Okay,
I have been a lawyer
you
for
tell
30
him.
years.
We saw the real-time breakdown of him giving you the question to ask and you asking
she asked it, right?
Like, come on. Come on. Stop it.
I have been a narcotics prosecutor in New York City. I have had the honor of being a political appointee at the Justice Department after September 11th as a Republican appointee in the Bush administration. I know how to question individuals. I
Look
know
at them
how to
shaking
seek
their head in the
information.
back.
I have sought information
That's right,
from
girl.
confidential informants, from murderers, from other individuals,
angry.
because I want the truth, not because I need them to tell me what to say. And if you look at the transcript, you will see that I questioned Michael Cohen for 5 minutes. The Washington Post only shows you 30 seconds.
Because that's the time that Jeffrey Epstein was talking to you and giving you those questions. He actually gave her the names to ask about. She didn't even know those names.
Yeah.
Like, so crazy. That's her angle.
Wow. That is crazy.
So I showed you how Hakeem Jeffries also Hakeem Jeffries invited Epstein to a dinner to solicit money from him in 2013 after Epstein was convicted for procuring a child for prostitution. So this is the email of him hitting up Epstein, trying to get him to be a donor, clearly. And this is him being asked about plastic.
Thanks. Why should Americans trust you and House Democrats on the Jeffrey Epstein files when one of your own, Congresswoman Plaskett, was found to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing, getting information from him, using that in her questioning during a congressional hearing, and at one point he tells her, "Good job."
This is a bipartisan effort to make sure
just avoids the
that
question
consistent
completely.
with what the survivors have requested, that there's full and complete transparency, and every single predator who may be in those Justice Department files doesn't escape accountability. Thanks.
Doesn't answer the question at all. At all. Here's Scott Jennings bringing it up.
Connection to Epstein, as shown in those emails, according to Epstein, is unsavory, and it's not good.
Is that new information that he knew Jeffrey Epstein? Is it?
First of all, I also want to point out that there was parts that, did you guys see in the emails where he was talking crap on Trump and saying Trump is one of the worst human beings I've ever met in my life?
And that's why it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then the Democrat Twitter page posted that quote. It said, Trump is the worst human being I've ever met in my life. Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, but y'all just been telling us how they were best friends for the last 6 months. Y'all been telling us how they were the best of friends. He wrote him a love letter for his birthday.
Dude, it's like,
so does he hate Trump or does he love Trump?
So you're quoting Jeffrey Epstein like he's
they were friends. Here's the picture.
So you think that it's a bad thing that he hated Trump,
right?
because Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago and
What are
didn't
we
like
doing?
this. And the emails actually showed that Trump did say he didn't like what they were doing and
Right,
told them they need
yeah.
to stop doing what they're doing. like they, all of this has been backfiring on them like crazy. I don't know what they were thinking.
New information that Trump excommunicated him from Mar-a-Lago. Is it what? The only new information that we got this week off those emails was that somebody from the New York Times was advising Jeffrey Epstein, and we learned tonight from the Washington Post that Jeffrey Epstein was programming Democratic members of Congress. We didn't learn anything we didn't already know about Donald Trump, which was other than Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump, and now Democrats are aligning themselves.
Yeah, did y'all see that too? The dude, the journalist from the New York Times was like giving advice to Jeffrey Epstein.
No,
No.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was a part of it too that leaked out. And the donor guy, what's his name? Jerry Summers. It came out. He's like this huge Democrat donor that they love. But it came out like they showed that conversation of him and Jeffrey Epstein going back and forth about this young girl that he had given him. You know what I mean? So now that's a huge scandal. So it's just like all of this is blowing up in their faces.
With Jeffrey Epstein because Orange Man bad.
Did you read those 3 emails? They are really bad.
They are really bad.
They are not. Oh, okay, they're putting Trump with one.
Yo,
they're really, really bad.
They are so funny, man. Yeah, here's the story right here. Former Harvard president. Oh, he's the former president of Harvard, Larry Summers, announced he will be stepping back from his public commitment in effort to rebuild trust after documents showed he asked Jeffrey Epstein for advice on pursuing an affair with a female mentee. I am deeply ashamed of my actions and recognize the pain that they have caused. The announcement comes less than 1 week
You're
after
ashamed you got caught.
Exactly. Correspondence between Summers and the disgraced financier Jeffrey E. Epstein were released by Republicans on the House Oversight Committee. The document showed Summers and Epstein continued to exchange messages until July 5th, 2019, well after he knew this guy was a pedophile, just 1 day before Epstein was arrested on new sex trafficking charges. Yeah, so Harvard president and Democratic donor steps down because he got caught up in all of this as well. So, yeah, all of this is backfiring. And it's just, I don't know. It's hard to make sense of it because we had that whole era where Trump was like, it's a hoax. But maybe
he's trying to protect, some people.
Maybe he's trying to say like the way the Democrats are all gung-ho about it right now are a hoax because he knew that they were trying to set him up. Yeah. Or maybe he was laying a trap for them.
But
like,
again,
it's hard
that's
to tell.
why, like, back then I said, like, just gotta let it play out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we'll see what happens. Stuff is gonna come out. And a lot of these things, man, it shows you, like, this is why we're talking about the Islamic issue. This is why we have these issues.
Yeah.
Because of people like them who are just looking for their own self-gratification, selfishness, money,
power,
doing
influence.
nasty stuff,
trying
to fulfill their own desires.
Yep.
And then they get caught up, and because they're in places of influence, now they can be influenced because they're caught, right?
Yep.
So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with all this crap, and when you're out there, like, think about it, dude. These people are playing a part. They're trying to look a part. They're trying to be. How many people are getting caught? Like, just the other Harvard president, she got caught for what was it? She got caught for something. I'm trying to think of plagiarism.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got caught for plagiarism. Like, it's and why would you do that? Because you're trying to look like something you're not.
Right.
You're playing the game, and a game you shouldn't be playing. Right, and it's sad that we're in the state. America is in this state because we're so caught up in trying to look like something we're not as a whole. You know, I was talking to Jamie about that earlier. Like, just being a soccer coach and recognizing, like, oh wait, a lot of times these kids they don't even realize that they're acting like they know how to play.
Yeah.
And you got to get past that first. And you got to get them to face the fact that they don't know what they're doing. To be able to teach them. So they need to, it's like the fear of the Lord, right? You need to fear God, because more than you fear being shamed for not really knowing, and you got to act like you know, so you can stay covering up that you really don't know what you're talking about. How many people do that? How many people did that in the music industry?
Yeah.
How many people were we in the studio with or in meetings with? They were acting like they knew what they were talking about, and they had no clue.
So many.
And it's the same thing in everything you do.
Yep.
You know, which is where the people who actually have knowledge and understanding, fear of the Lord is beginning wisdom, and those who practice it have good understanding, right? Those are the people that need to rise up to the top.
Yeah.
And I think this is the time that's slowly happening.
Yeah. And I think that people are just so like, they're so stuck on wanting to win arguments and wanting to prove themselves right and wanting to maintain power and all this thing. It's like, it's becoming sickening, man. I'm just looking at like all of this, trying to find a way to connect Trump to Epstein now, when even the victims themselves said he was never involved in anything, you know. And people are talking about, oh, because his name was in there, you know. Yeah, because he stayed in Mar-a-Lago for a long time. You know what I mean? And they were connected, like these people that run in those circles. There's a lot of people that were named in the files. No one cares about all the other people that were named in the files. Alan Dershowitz, Bill Clinton, all the other people that have been in those files millions of times. You know, and it's like we said, Sonny Hostin said, oh, just because someone's in the files doesn't mean that they did anything wrong, unless it's Trump.
Right.
Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, they did something wrong. It's just hilarious. Like, but if it did come out that Trump was involved in that stuff with underage women with Jeffrey Epstein, then we would completely call him out. And be 100% against that, and he needs to go down with everybody else. You know what I mean? But it's just we're talking about the hypocrisy and the clear, blatant, just like flipping on a dime on everything you say you stand for. Every time it has to do with one man, it's so annoying, and it's just like it's disingenuous. It's so delusional, and it's just like 100% derangement syndrome and. It's annoying. Anyway. That's everything you sent me, right? Was there anything else you sent me?
I think so. I think that was everything.
That was everything? Let me see. Let me just look real quick. We got Mom Donnie's whole cabinet is women. I don't know if you guys saw that. His whole cabinet. His entire transition team is all women.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, he purposely did that.
Do they bench press more than him?
Probably. They probably do. They probably do.
The last thing I sent you. Oh, yeah. I sent you this thing, which is like.
Okay, yeah. I think I got that.
Because it connects to a lot of this stuff. That we were talking about.
So you sent me the thing about the electoral map.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's up to you if you want to.
Yeah, we could show it.
Okay.
Electoral map would look like if only men voted, and then you're going to see the electoral map what it would look like if only women voted. And
I think we've
want
shown
to talk
this
about
on here
why you
before.
think this is. So toss
yeah,
that one up.
I remember
Obviously,
this.
on the left, that's what the electoral map would look like if only women voted. And then on the right hand, you got if only dudes voted. This is like every election, that gap seems to get wider and wider and wider. Somebody want to take this first?
The biblical ideology, right, is that a husband and a wife, and I'm my wife's protector, I'm my wife's covering, the family unit. And as the universities have begun to dismantle that, and we've seen those statistics of how many females are just opting out of marriage altogether. And I wonder if this is all anecdotal and theoretical for me, but I wonder if it's because they now are married to the state. So if the state becomes their protector and not their husbands, then they would vote for that. And when you reverse it with the men, especially voting the other direction, if you're under 30 right now, you don't even remember a time where you weren't being blamed for being the entire problem of society of a young white male. Yeah, I'm at least old enough to remember before we were blamed for that. But so you've got men who've been completely marginalized saying, okay, someone's finally speaking for me, voting for them. And then women saying, I don't want a man, I don't want a husband, and I'll let the state be my God and
kids.
not God be my God.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
No, I've heard a lot of other people break that down as well. It's like women have opted out from allowing God, husband, family to be their protector, provider, and it's the government, it's the state, it's whatever policies I can get implemented so that I can have an easier life. That's what I'm voting for, and that's what we all need, because women naturally want to take care of everybody. They want everyone to get a trophy. They want everyone to have a great time.
Empathy.
And they have empathy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it needs to be balanced. So if we did allow only women to vote, you see where we would be. It would be chaos. Dearborn, Michigan.
There was another statistic that I saw the other day that was it's a little different play, but it was white men, single white men are like at a high level of unemployment versus married black men.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Married black men are highly employed versus single white men.
Yeah.
And you would not versus when you look at, and this is connected to any, he was talking about also immigrants, right? Single immigrants that come in versus married immigrants. It's a whole different scale. So there's definitely thing with people who are married.
Well, didn't we see a whole bunch of young single men being ushered into this country over the last 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you look at Dearborn, Michigan, look at all those men that were out there. Because there was a lot of those people coming across the border in the last over the last administration. And
why is that? Military age?
Yeah. Well, that's how you...
They're easier to influence.
Yeah. Someone on YouTube said, I remember years ago an imam telling a reporter how Muslims are going to rule the world. He said it would not be through force, but through the womb. And you see that. They're the fastest growing religion. Why? Because they're having more babies than anybody else. Christians the birth rates are down. And Muslims are having a lot of babies. Another comment on YouTube said, it's not Democrat or Republican thing, though. These guys are pedos, and Trump's name is in the files 1,200 times. Y'all defend perverted weirdos then? we just got done addressing that entire thing. Exactly what you're saying.
Go back and watch
Go back and watch what we just said, because we specifically addressed what you just said. And yeah. And then someone said victims of Trump 40 and slip. Yeah, no, that's just called misspeaking. That's all that was. But yeah, anyway, so let's get back to these clips.
ethnicity, not
Let's go back to this. These Instagram clips, gotta reload them.
inclusion. Those words don't mean what most people think they mean. Diversity is diversity of bodies, of skin color, ethnicity, not of thought. You know, you can have many different bodies, but they have to be, you know, basically on the same page ideologically. That page is often something akin to critical social justice. Inclusion means, well, you can't make people uncomfortable. And in a world of microaggressions, that's easy to do. So now inclusion means I'm going to silence myself and not talk to the black people, right? And equity, as most people know, does not mean equality. It means equality of outcome, right? We have to make sure everybody ends up at the same place, no matter how they got there, which is why we get rid of aptitude tests, which is why we get rid of AP classes, which is why we have equitable math and things like that. That's equity.
People do need to be woken up.
Yeah, and that was the point.
Why not tell people to check their privilege? Some of us have privilege.
Yes, but some of us are accomplished, and that's being called privilege, and I think that's unfair. It's one thing to be born on third base and act like you hit a triple. It's another thing to be born on first base and still second, right? And again, third, you know, that's an accomplishment. If you can keep this race thing going, then you will always have a business in getting rid of racism. Even Ibram X. Kendi proposed a branch of government, right, regarding anti-racism. And what do you need to justify that? You need racism. It's in his best interest to perpetuate racism, you know, in order to maintain a career. You know, I do my trainings and things like that and accuse people of racism just to keep it perpetuated, right, to keep it going so that it never goes away, so that I keep making my money. Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah. I saw this video of this girl on TikTok talking about like when she broke away from the left, and it was because she saw a study. I forget who the study was from, but I don't know if one of you guys shared it or if I just saw it in my feed, but she was talking about the study that said that when white liberals, especially woke ones, address black or brown minority people, they dumb down their language. It was a study that was done where it showed like they
think I sent that.
You sent that, right?
Yeah.
They specifically dumbed down their language to use less words because they and conservatives don't do that. Conservatives talk normally, like they would talk to anybody else, but white liberals will dumb down their language thinking that they're connecting with someone, but you're actually like, that's what's it called? The what's the word that they use for that? The bigotry of low expectations, right? That's what that is. It's like, I assume that you're not, that my vocabulary is offensive to you, so let me speak like you, my man. You see, Gavin Newsom does that. Did you ever see when Gavin Newsom was on that black podcast? Yeah.
Well,
he was terrible.
AOC does it.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Is that's what you ever see people do that to kids?
Yes.
That's like the same thing. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They look at y'all like y'all kids.
They look at y'all like y'all kids.
Yeah. We should be talking. The thing is, like, when you bring up words that people don't understand, it's a good talking point too, because it's like, well, what is that? What's that mean?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, you got to be okay not knowing what something is and asking the question, right?
And not being insecure and, I don't know that word.
And it's okay. Like, what does that word mean? You know, I had that issue at soccer. I was dealing with some kids. I told you, right?
Yeah.
And just the word vain. I'm like, I had to break down what vain meant, you know, for these kids. None of them, they all looked at me when I said that. They were like
vanity vain.
Yeah. Like
puffed up.
Yeah.
What does that mean? So I'm like, you guys don't know what that means? Everybody says no. I'm like, okay. So I had to explain it to them. But the point is, you do that for a reason, right? You say things, and then you read the room, right? And then you talk to people in a way where they can understand you.
Yeah.
You don't dumb it down.
You don't
for
go
them.
in
You don't go
assuming.
in.
Right.
You meet people. Obviously, you're not going to try to. You don't go in also trying to sound so smart and articulate.
Right.
You know, like
that's Michael Eric Dyson. Is that his name?
Yeah,
ain't that his name?
Is that
the one dude?
Yeah,
he's like a Roland Martin kind of.
He uses
or
huge words.
What's even worse is In Living Color.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
The clavicle of
yeah.
It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
We're of that era.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows what we're talking about, In Living Color, the guy, prison guy, right?
Yeah, what's his name?
Damon Wayans.
I can't
Damon Wayans
remember
was the guy who did it.
The character's name, because I said I made a clip of us making fun of Kamala Harris, saying that she's the female version of him, and it kind of went.
So
viral.
there you go. Like we're
yeah.
literally saying that. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
People will go there where they'll try to sound smart,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll try to sound like everybody else, but the way they think they are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oswald Bates.
Oswald Bates is his name.
Yeah.
Oswald Bates. Yeah. Yeah. You see the fallopian tube. he would always go to like body parts for some reason. I don't know why those were his, like the venereal flatulation.
It's the way it's said too.
Yeah,
it's the way.
But we used to say T.I. is like him too, because T.I. always wants to try to sound smart, and he'd be saying a whole bunch of nothing but trying to sound smart.
Yeah.
All right, let's play this last clip. It says, "This is a thinking class. What is the percentage of unarmed blacks killed by police?" Okay.
I saw this video.
Let's reload.
Newark,
963. How many do you think were black?
600 will be black.
600.
And then like the rest will be like maybe Hispanic.
600 were black. What would you say?
Probably like 500.
Here we go. This is a thinking class right now. I'm walking you through some thinking. Okay, go to the next one. So how many of the 963 people were unarmed? How many do you think were unarmed? Here we go. Go to the next slide. So here are the numbers. You said 400 were unarmed. You said 500 were unarmed. What do you think about that number?
I'm actually kind of like shocked. I honestly thought like, I'm not saying like the media, like, I don't know, they just made it seem like,
exactly.
The guy was innocent, It's crazy how 517 had a gun. I would think it would be less than that.
So 22 out of 233 black people who police killed in 2016 were unarmed. 22. So that means you have a 0.6 chance in a million of being unarmed, black skin, and killed by the police. If he stays unarmed, you say, bro, listen, in spite of how you're dressed, in spite of who you are, if you remain unarmed, right, that's the likelihood of you being killed by the police. If you're going to protest like that, but this whole thing is based on police violence against black and brown people. So if you're going to protest, really step out in this way, you got to know what you're protesting. Is it a genocide? So when I see someone holding a sign up that says, "Stop the genocide of black people," at a protest, and I'm saying, I wouldn't call that a genocide. There's a lot happening here, but that's not what I would call it. It's really important that we know what we're talking about so that we can be confident and have realistic and good conversations. Who are the people that got killed?
Yeah.
But they use those type of words on purpose, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
because it invokes emotion. It gets people motivated to do something. Let's ask Rock how many unarmed.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video, and the young girl seemed like she really believed whatever she was watching, because she said very, very surprised.
How many did she say?
600.
600? 600 people.
600.
Wow. Let's see. It's searching for results right now. I'm checking 2024 numbers. See if we're at this genocide. 1,700 fatal shootings. I hate when it gives these. I'm just gonna say, just give me the number. It does this whole breakdown. Approximately 30 to 40.
30 to 40.
And then it says for fatal shootings. So I guess that was the number of people that were shot. The people that died was 15 to 25. So it's around the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Still too much.
Still too much. But
yeah, not a genocide.
Yeah, definitely not.
A real genocide, that they don't want to talk about, which they just started.
Nigeria.
You
see, Nicki Minaj was at the UN.
Yeah, man,
giving a speech. Like she's jumped
out
on this. She's like somehow been impassioned to talk about this. She went to the UN and gave a speech about the genocide happening in Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, and people are mad at her because Trump spoke about it, and it seems like she's aligned with him.
Hold up, she's standing up for Black lives.
She's standing up for Black Christian lives.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Black lives. Where's Black? Where's
only
Black lives?
only in the right context.
Yeah.
That we were just debunking.
And we only care about a Black American ADOS. What is the other words? FBA, whatever they call them. If you're born here, if your family's from here, they have this new word. Have you guys seen this new word for like Caribbean Blacks and African Blacks? They call them tethers.
No.
Tethers.
I've been, because I'm on X, I see like the Black X sphere. Sometimes I'm in that algorithm. And so like, there was a video of Jasmine Crockett doing some stupid TikTok challenge with this guy who's running for mayor. And I think his family's from Africa. And they were calling him a tether. And they're saying like, because they say like Africans want to be connected to whites so bad they call them tethers or something. Let me see if I can look up exactly. Why do FBAs call Africans tethers? I know we're getting deep into the why the term tethers. The word play. Oh gosh, it's such a long. Give me a short answer. Gosh, I hate that. That is the annoying part of and it's getting worse. Tether is FBA ADOS slang for African or Caribbean immigrants, accusing them of tethering themselves to Black American culture and civil rights gains without the generational trauma of U.S. slavery. It's often used.
Them to
okay. So they're using Black culture to gain ground, but they're not really Black. Like Obama, Kamala Harris. They use the Black plight.
Why didn't they use that against Obama and
that is a great question.
Kamala.
That is a great question.
Because when it works for you, it's different. Come on.
That was the same answer you just gave.
Because it's still the same answer applies, right?
It's all.
Let me see.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
You're not looking at things critically. You're not. It's bad reasoning.
Yeah, like this is the one I was talking about. They did this stupid, and it happens to be Nicki Minaj. This challenge. I'm not gonna play the audio because. Have you seen this challenge that everybody's doing?
No.
She sampled "What's Going On," but him and Jasmine Crockett did this stupid challenge.
Speaking of Jasmine Crockett, we just played Stephen A. Yo, the women that have worked with Stephen A., especially the Black one, they are mad that he came at Jasmine, yo.
Dude, were you not here when we gave? You must not have been here that day. We did a whole breakdown about that.
I remember.
I showed. Remember, I showed the video of the one. Chick
I just saw something
about
recently
how
though.
He had small D energy, and he.
Yeah, but I'm talking about somebody. I don't know who that was, but this woman was pretty popular on ESPN. But she just came out because there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
The girl that's on CBS now. I'm bad with names. I don't know any of their names. I just know.
Listen,
I just know Stephen A's name.
He's been coming out. Look, we showed a video of him criticizing the Democrats. Like Roland Martin has been coming at his neck. He came at Charlemagne's neck for criticizing the shutdown. Roland Martin is such a Democratic shill. It is sickening. And he's on this mission now to come after Stephen A., come after Charlemagne, anybody who he sees as like competition for him in the black sphere who might have some influence. But yeah, a lot of these people are mad at Stephen A. because he's criticizing Democrats. You're not allowed to. If you're black, you can't talk about Democrats, especially a black woman. Jasmine Crockett is untouchable. No matter what she does, she's untouchable. But anyway.
Sounds like bias to me.
Anyway, let's wrap it up there, guys.
You didn't send him any videos about how amazing the Eagles defense played?
I don't know how
You didn't.
the Eagles defense played.
Man, they played so great. They saved our butts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
played-
mean,
they
listen,
played Detroit.
People were
Top
expecting
offense.
They were expecting
Cam Newton is on this thing where he's just trashing the Eagles. They're gonna get exposed.
Yeah, I saw a clip. He was like, "They ain't faced nobody like Detroit. They ain't faced that offense. They ain't faced Jared Goff."
He knows what he's doing
He
though.
knows.
That dude is he's staying relevant and he's making a character out of himself.
He's the heel right now. He's the heel. Like you ever hear people talk about the WWE arc of people.
Yeah.
It's like you're the hero, then you're the heel or the villain, you know?
Yep.
So now he's the heel and he's doing
a good
making his
He's
name
smart.
that way.
He's very smart.
Did you hear about that chick getting exposed? The chick that interviewed him that we showed on the podcast, the Dr. something.
Yeah.
You heard about her getting exposed?
No.
Apparently she's like, well, she went on Paul Pierce's podcast and he totally
The basketball player?
Yeah, he totally exposed her because he was like, you know, asking her about her relationships and why aren't you successful? You know what I mean? And like when her answers were totally retarded. And then
whoa, buddy.
I know. You live in a household that's offended by that word.
No, I use it all the time just to get her mad.
Okay. But anyway, so now people dug into this woman to find out like what her life is. You know, the internet sleuths, and it's looking like she's in a relationship with a lesbian basketball player.
Okay.
So like all that stuff she's talking about marriage and relationship and finding the right man, like it seems like all of that is just
okay.
Fraud.
She's playing the game.
Yes, like
playing a character.
You know what? Let's end it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, because I was gonna go into the whole thing, but nah,
we gonna be here for 2 hours. Jake's about to preach.
Yeah, no, but yeah, maybe we'll get into that. I'll look up some stuff. We can talk about that another time because a lot of these people are being exposed in that space, like the dating coaches, the lot of people that have been like building these followers. Like she's made a huge amount of money, and apparently she got on Cam's podcast because she was dating one of the girls that he knew that's how she got on there. And that's why he was kind of mad.
Wow.
You know, at her, the way she was acting on the podcast.
Right.
Anyway, it's a whole thing. But appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share the video with your friends. As always, thank you for the comments on YouTube, man. Even the ones that are criticizing us, we don't care, man.
Yeah.
Drop a comment, watch, follow, subscribe, hit that like button.
We want to argue with you.
We want to argue. We want to have conversation. We want to be challenged. We don't have a problem debating anybody. You can call in. You tell us you want to get on live, and we'll drop a link in. You can call in. You can jump on the stream with us. But yeah, this is the Young Lion TV podcast. Appreciate everybody. If you want to support what we do and go to the Patreon, the link is in the description. If you want to throw a couple dollars to the Cash App, in the description. Also merch in the description. All that good stuff. And we'll see everybody next week, man. Peace.
Young Lion, go live, yeah. Young Lion, you rich, yeah. This kingdom has room, yeah. Go and fight people in.